When you look into my eyes, you understand what I'm saying. Let me say it to you slowly, and it may sound scandalous. I don't think that you can handle this.
All right, let's move on to Monday Night Football. And as Mike Steph would say, this one should be a barn burner. We have the 1-1 Detroit Lions heading to Baltimore to face the 2-0 Ravens. The Ravens are 5.5-point favorites at home, with the projected total being 51.5 points. That means Vegas is predicting that the Detroit Lions will score 23 points while the Ravens score 28.5. Mike Steph, who you got?
Okay, I'll start with the Lions first. Now the Lions came roaring back. Yeah, no part in the pun. I know what I was talking about. They came roaring back in their week 2 matchup against the Bears. The Bears after an inept effort against the Packers in the opener. But if you really think about it, as dominant as the Packers have been, like we said earlier in our recording, was it really an inept effort by the Lions, or just the Packers just that good? Now, in week 2, the Lions more than doubled the output of week 1 by racking up 511 total yards, even though, albeit it was against the Bears. Now, Jared Goff completed 23 of 28 passes for 334 yards and 5 touchdowns. Rushing back, Jahmyr Gibbs rushed for 94 yards and 12 carries and a touchdown, and the reliable David Montgomery added 57 yards of his own on the ground and a touchdown. Now, Detroit said in the lead up to this game that they had some added motivation taking on the Bears, and it showed up in the final score as they beat them 52-21. Lions Pro Bowl defensive back Brian Branch spoke about how personal this one was. We knew coming into this game that this was personal. Really, all these games are personal, but this one we felt like we had been betrayed, bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray. Those are my ad-libs, not his. From the staff to the players. And we love Ben, being Ben Johnson, new head coach of the Chicago Bears. We still love Ben. He's a great coach. He's a great mastermind, but we knew it was tricks. But yeah, it was time to get after him, and that's what we did. Now, for the Ravens, they beat the Browns 41-17 in a game that was actually, to me, was maybe a little bit closer than the score would indicate. Bounced back from their opening Sunday night blown game against the Buffalo Bills. Do you know that Lamar Jackson is now the NFL's career leader in passer rating at 102.6, having inched ahead of Aaron Rodgers by a fraction of a point? Now, after throwing 41 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions last season, Jackson has already thrown for 6 touchdowns and no turnovers through the first 2 weeks of 2025. Baltimore's rushing game, which was on full display against Buffalo the first week, was almost non-existent in the second week, only garnering 45 yards, which was the team's fewest in a game with Lamar Jackson at quarterback. One last tidbit. Tight end, former tight end extraordinaire, Mark Andrews. Do you know he only has 2 catches throughout the first 2 games? And unfortunately, this past Sunday, he was unable to hold on to a potential touchdown pass. And I wonder how much that drop during the divisional round last year has really affected him, along with age and injury. But, I'm quite sure that still is weighing heavily on him. So, with all that being said, I don't know why the spread is so high for Baltimore. Yeah, Baltimore's good team, good to great team. I get it, but Detroit ain't no slouch either. So, Detroit plus the 5.5, over.
I have conflicting views here. So my first solid view is I will not be betting this game. I'm not sure what Detroit is. I think clearly they're better than what they showed in Green Bay. But when they crushed Chicago, the Bears have looked really bad. So scoring 52 points, I don't expect them to do that very often. So that would make me think that maybe Baltimore should be the winner I pick. But the problem is I, like you, don't like that spread. I think it is too big because what if the Lions just had a bad first week? If they were the team that they were last year, which they're mostly intact as far as talent, 5.5 points is ridiculous because it's almost a pick. As far as the over-under, I'm torn because 51.5 is insanely high. If Detroit has figured out what they should do on defense a little bit, Baltimore should not be able to score 41 points again for a third straight, 40 and then 41. They should not be able to score over 40 points for a third straight week. And then combined, they should probably go under the 51 and a half, play a tight, lower scoring game. But it's hard for me to say that when Low is averaging 40 and a half points. And the Lions just put up 52. So I will not be betting this game. But since I must make a projection for, Mike Steph stats over there, I am going to take the Ravens minus the 5.5, and I'm going to take the over. This game is going to be the barn burner that Mike Steph expects it to be. Well, not that he's predicting it to be, but what he said off camera, that's going to be a barn burner. So I think Baltimore's just going to win by a touchdown. Who knows? 67-60.
You've earned this. Now it's time to embark on your own personal adventure. Book your vacation with Exquisite Travel and Tours today. Explore the world and discover yourself.
All right, Mike Steph, we've had a great episode. Take us home and don't talk about this week or last week or the week before.
See, I like the way you say that, because you say that in a way that you act like you don't want the masses to know exactly what's going on about the records, but you do it in a sly way to rejigger my memory. Like, oh yeah, before we get out of here, yes, against the spread, my partner, the Mojo King, was 3-1 last week. Yes, 3-1, which is phenomenal. For the season, he bounced back from a 1-3 start. So for the season so far against the spread, he is 4-4. Mike Steph, on the other hand, is unblemished, perfect, a picture of perfection. I'm 8-0 against the spread for Hidden Gems football, but I think we got some type of variance this week. I think the 3-1 I should take credit for, because we agreed more than we disagreed last week. But this week I think we're maybe one. We might have agreed on one and differed on two. So he has a chance to go above 500 and have a chance to remain undefeated. So that's that. So with all that being said, I like to thank each and every one of y'all. We like to thank each and every one of y'all for making us the football podcast you choose to view and the football podcast you choose to listen to. Please check us out each and every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because we give it to y'all. We give it to y'all for small doses so y'all can fully digest everything that we're giving you. With all that being said, until next week, Hidden Gems Football. If in a part of that 19 Media Group. Goodbye. Oh, he came from the side.
This is a 19 Media Group presentation.
Three rubber chickens.
Hit it. Oh no!
Wow. Okay. Shoot, he went off I think he's gone off the deep edge, the deep end, the cliff. Yeah. One of those. Whatever means that you done lost your cotton picking mind.
All right. Anyway, I said it. I'm going to leave it like that. All right. Moving along.
That's the way I like it. How you doing? And don't listen and say exactly how I said it. Don't say how you do.
He said,
how you
doing?
No, I did not.
What? No, he didn't. No, he didn't say it like Joey. He said it like Wendy Williams.
No. Listen, I'm all right. Don't you worry about me. It's gonna keep me fine. Let me be.
Do you want to tell Wendy Williams something?
What?
I know you're not. There will be repercussions. It's too late for me to do it now. But I swear, you better hope that I forget about this for next week.